2nd, 2020. This is an update. It's about 7:15 in the morning. This is an update on Brian's case. We've been working on this case for days. We were able to get him off the streets for one night. The church put him in a motel. He was able to get the first shower he's had in 3 or 4 months. And he was able to sleep in a bed for the first time in more than 1 year. There's just a lot of technical difficulties when you're trying to get housing for someone, especially when they're over here and you're over there. So the bottom line is, twice this week I've been able to find, by the grace of God, housing for Brian. And each of those times I was not able to get to Brian. So the housing, they don't reserve a bed for anybody. They don't do that. But I had the housing in South Central. Called Brian, his phone was dead. Happens when you're homeless. Most times, many times, you can't charge your phone. Drove out to the area where he hangs out at. He was nowhere to be found. Second time, got him to hold the bed for me for 3 or 4 hours. Pretty much the same thing happened. So now, hopefully, when we get housing for him again, his phone will be charged and we will be able to reach him. Attorney Catalina Manzano is here with him now, and I'm going to briefly update her. She'll update me, and that'll be that. Woke up this morning and the battery to our new van was dead. Apparently some lights or something were left off all night, so that was a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. And God is a good God. So there's Brian, there's Catalina, and there's Barack. There's Barack Obama Manzano Eisen. I think I have the entire name right this time. Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
Good morning,
Barack.
Okay.
Hold it down, Barack. Catalina, how are you?
Good morning, Pastor. You know the pastor.
I just wanted to ask you about, I was just talking to Catalina about some of the motel vouchers. I know you gave me a room in a motel, but I wanted
We don't have any. We don't have
I
any.
wanted to be ask about being on the waiting list as far as the ones that were more permanent down to Sportsman's Lodge.
Sportsman's Lodge, it's not a voucher that they're using. It's a program that they're using. And the program is just full right now.
Right.
Vouchers, sporadically we get them.
Right.
But like that night, we didn't use a voucher. We just paid cash to get you in. Because of
because
Catalina's
help,
like John's help.
List to try
I,
to, a lot of people have been telling me.
I got that. Okay, so we had housing for you twice. I think Catalina told you.
Just a shelter.
And it was housing. It's off the streets. And one time it was a shelter, and the other time it was another program that I had for you. But I couldn't get to you. So what I need you to understand is that because of COVID, Brian, as you might know, everything is dried up. However, when we do get housing, we get it wherever we can get it.
Right.
And the second time I had you going into Miss Hazel's house, which is a house actually, and you would have been sharing a bedroom with someone else.
That would have been, I'd rather do something like that in a shelter, because I was explaining to her the challenges of being in a shelter. I've stayed in shelters in other states. It's been very challenging, very difficult, and a lot of problems. So I just have to say it because it's true, and I don't want to have those kind of problems. It's not saying that I don't appreciate somebody trying to help me, you trying to help me, because it's not that. It's just the shelter and the fact of theft and the fights in shelters.
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling him about Hope of the
That's
Valley,
what I worry
Pastor.
about.
Well, I'll get Catalina's input. The only thing I can say is that I'll do the best I can for you. But almost everybody that we talk to who want help say the same thing, which is they would rather not be in a shelter. So it just puts us in a jam because, and not all the shelters are like that, by the way. Not all of them have thefts and fights and things of that nature, but I do understand. You were going to say, Catalina?
Yes, so I suggested to Brian Hope of the Valley, which I am quite familiar with.
Victory Pool.
And he actually knows where the bus picks up
They help me get my ID.
clients and drops them off in the morning. He will have a hot meal there when he arrives at the shelter. And there's security there all night. There are no fights. They will not stand for that. You will be asked to leave immediately. So it's an option.
Yes.
So I'll call my contact over there and see if they're at capacity, but it's on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
Like they just pick people up in that bus. You head over there.
I bet you they have a lot of turnover too.
Well, people don't typically stay there for very long.
Yeah,
You know,
it's that's
they wait in line to get on the bus. But anyway, Pastor, are you gonna do something here with Brian right now, or
I'm going to sign off. Let you do the voicemail.
Okay.
Everybody, Catalina has been getting on my case about not having a voicemail for how long now? A year?
Oh, that's why I was calling
A year. And so she is going to take care of that this morning. She's out on a walk with her dog, and then after that, I'll get Brian some breakfast,
Right on.
and then I'll go back to work on his case and a couple other things that we need to do also.
May I
What's wrong.
ask what happened with the 70-year-old woman?
I got her housing.
Good.
Got her housing.
Good. I was worried about that.
And as you know, there's more options for, and I documented everything so that we can keep a record of that and all of that. But there's more options for the more elderly the person, and the fact that she's female. There's more options for them. And the only exception is 18 to 25. There's a special program called the TAY program. We can get an 18 to 25-year-old housed almost immediately, and you would think it should be the opposite, you know. But that's the way it is right now. So anything else? I just wanted to, you know, we're documenting his case. I wanted to update everybody.
Yes, we finalized the application yesterday. We had applied through one program for the CalFresh. They only helped with CalFresh. I went through the county directly. We got we got Brian on a 3-way call. So the the application is completed and submitted for Medi-Cal, Cash Aid, and CalFresh.
Wonderful.
So it's
so in a few weeks.
I asked them to expedite it. This other agency was going to take 2 to 3 weeks. The county will expedite. I told them about Brian's dire circumstances. He's on the street. It's going to rain. He has no food.
Yes.
So within 1 to 3 days, he'll have his phone interview. And once he completes that and gets approved, I already know he will be approved. He'll get his benefits.
Wonderful.
To the tune of, like I said, $210 cash aid per month, 191 food. That he can use at some local restaurants like Pollo Loco, Jack in the Box, I think. And it's
hot meal program. Is that the hot meal program for the food stamps?
And of course, well, there are certain restaurants that will honor the EBT, and then you obviously can go to Ralph's, etc.
Well, that's huge, ladies and gentlemen, because again, Brian has not been able to sign up for these things because lack of laptop, lack of Wi-Fi, and a lot of other things. So he was, I don't want to say lucky, fortunate enough to catch Catalina's attention, and she was able to make that happen. And I just want you to, we don't want to minimize the importance of that. The fact that someone can put you into the system, and then you can start receiving that aid is a huge thing. So we applaud Catalina for that, and we're very thankful
every time I see her.
to God.
I thank her. She knows how much I appreciate it for her helping me, doing all this stuff online, which nobody else would do.
Well, Catalina is the person that you want on your team because she doesn't let anything go until it's done. Even your phone message, if you don't have a message, if it takes a year and a half, she's going to get it done. So I say, you know what, Catalina, I'll meet you tomorrow if you have time. And so here we are.
Not a bad idea.
Someone from Holland is watching. Hello, Abdul. Thank you for tuning in. Someone from the Philippines is watching. Thank you for tuning in. People are watching us all over. So that's Catalina Manzano, everybody. And that's Barack Obama Manzano Eisen. Did I get it right?
Barack, come on, you're on.
Okay. And
so if I may add, Pastor, we got Brian a mailing address.
Wonderful.
That's another important thing.
So
huge.
That he can receive correspondence, because once you get in the system, they will want updates every 3 to 6 months, and that is sent either via email, which you don't have, but via mail.
Right.
So we can get that to you.
Do you have email also?
Any kind of mail, like say if I had a
Do you have email also?
No.
You don't have email?
So he authorized me to be his representative yesterday.
Great.
So that they do have my email.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it makes it easier. Why not?
Now, one very practical question. If we get your housing today, if that would have happened today, not saying it will, if it does, what are we going to do with this?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's another thing. I don't know. You mean like going to a shelter? I definitely couldn't take.
No. Listen, Brian. You keep saying shelter. Let me say again. If I had taken you to Hazel's house,
Hazel's house.
you could not have taken that. You could not have.
I'd have to get rid of it.
So I'm letting you know.
Take
No,
my stuff
like
out.
your thing there you can take, and you know if you had another bag of stuff that
Maybe
you could
one
take.
plastic
So
bag.
yeah.
I need some
What
more
I was-
trash bags because mainly it's bedding and clothes. That's it.
Okay.
Well, I would say one trash bag with the clothes, and you will not need bedding. They will have bedding.
They have bedding. And so what I'm saying to you, that doesn't matter whether it's shelter, Hazel's house is worse. Hazel's house doesn't want you to bring anything. I mean, the way their program works is the minute you get there, they will strip you down, give you some clothing to wear, make you wash the clothes that you have on, search through your stuff to make sure you don't have this, that, and the other. And that's simply for your protection, to make sure nobody's bringing in bed bugs and things of that nature.
Yeah,
that's the
a
way.
big problem.
Yes, and Catalina can tell you that. It's a great program, but it is they're very meticulous about how they let people come in. So you got to start thinking in terms of what we're going to do with this, because that can't go. And if it's bedding, then bedding is not going to be an issue. Wherever you go to will have bedding.
Yeah, but the problem is, I mean, like the blankets and sleeping bag. I mean, those are kind of nice. I'd hate to just get rid of those, but you told me I have to wear other
I bet
clothes.
we could probably store like one bag.
What I'm saying to you is, when you get ready, Brian, when you get ready to go in, they make you wash your clothing that you have on, and then they'll give you those back. It's just that they don't let anybody. If I get in there, they're gonna let me in with my clothes because I've been sleeping on the streets, and I might have some bugs or something.
I got a bag full of clean clothes and I just wash.
Okay, they're still gonna make you wash those. It's their
Got a
protocol.
bottle of detergent in there. I use good detergent. Oh, they're gonna give me some. I mean, I'm clean. I'm more one of the.
I believe you. It's just standard protocol.
I know,
It's not
rules they
directed
have.
toward
I
you.
understand
It's
that.
directed toward everybody that comes
But
in.
it's just, that's kind of odd how they make you. I've never heard of a place that makes you
Even
take
sober
strip-
livings do it. And
shelters don't.
Sober livings, people are paying anywhere from $600 to $1,500 a month, and you've got to believe this is true. I know
Are these
firsthand.
apartments or houses?
They're houses, nice houses, and you do have a roommate. And the minute you get there, you can bring your clothes, but everything has to go through an intense cleaning process, so you don't get it for 2 to 3 days. There's an actual machine that looks like a tent. They put your stuff in there, and it's for bed bugs.
Well, I'm not saying my blankets might not to be washed, but my clothes that I got in there that are clean.
They're not going to take that explanation. I'm telling you now.
So they're going to have to make me rewash all my clothes.
Probably.
And if I told them I had a bottle of detergent, they wouldn't let me take that in either.
They might.
Detergent you can take.
Yeah, because I'm clean. I say I'm one of the cleaner homeless. I know what they're saying. I'm not a Skid Row homeless or ones that wear the same clothes for 6 months.
But they have to have
I know what you're saying.
But here's the question. Let's do it this way. Have you ever seen a homeless person or any person who was not that clean? Okay, so you have, all right? So now, let's say that you're already in the house right now, and I come in today and I'm not that clean. They are protecting you, so they just make everybody do the same thing when they come in.
So many non-homeless aren't clean though either.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell me about it. Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna sign off with that, and I'm gonna let Catalina set up this voicemail. Gonna get you some breakfast, and then I'm gonna get to work.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for joining.
Sounds like a plan. I appreciate everything y'all are doing for me. As far as getting me in the system.